This is a video I wanted to make about tuning the guitar to the song you are trying to play. This is a completely new concept for me. I've only done this once, and that's why I wanted to make a video about it, because it just it can make more sense to you in a way, I guess. If you're having a hard time trying to play the song like in a standard tuning or whatever the tuning is, specifically required, for that song, I guess, right? Then you can changing the tuning changes how you play the song, right? So essentially that can either make it harder or it can make it easier, right? In this case, it makes it easier because why would I make why would I make it harder for myself, right? But my idea was, for the song that I was learning, which is "Feel Good" by Gorillaz. It is in an E or a half step down tuning, or standard half step, whatever you want to call it, and which is basically you literally just play. It's like a standard tuning essentially. You're just moving the fretboard down, right? And I wanted to play it like a drop D tuning, right? Where the top, your E, A, and D strings were harmonizing together, right? Which is, you can't get that in the standard tuning, right? So I was like, well, I can't tune these strings down. I can't tune the E string down any farther because then it won't be, the E flat, which is, a half step from standard tuning. And I knew that I couldn't tune the A string or the D string down, to like match the E. So I was like, well, what if I tuned, the E or the A and the D string up? And I did that until they harmonized with the E. The D turned into an E. This is hard explaining because I'm saying it like I'm in standard tuning, right? So obviously this string right now, even if I was a half step down, that string, it wouldn't be a D. It would be a D flat, right? So, and the same thing with A. The A string, this isn't an actual A, right? It's an A flat, or no, it's an A sharp, because I tuned it up, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. This is new to me, so I'm not an expert by any means. But I figured it out just because I hear things and I know how things are supposed to sound, and harmonizing things, I can, get a good feel for everything, I guess, right? But this is what I came up with, which is just that these two strings are tuned up half step. The A string and the D string are tuned up half step, which isn't, that big of a deal. But everything is tuned down half step first. Right. Oh, well, no. Scratch that. If you start in the standard tuning, the E string, the G string, the B string, and the high E string, those are tuned down half step. But the A string and the D string are tuned up half step. If that makes sense. I think it does. I think that's how I did it. But, and now, playing all the strings is just to open. This is an E minor, right? And the major would be with my first finger on the G string on the first fret. Which would, in standard, your regular E minor would be, like your first, your second fret on the A and D string, right? That would be your E minor, right? But now, it's just open, right? Open. Open. And well, getting back to the original point was tuning the guitar to the song, like I said. And so now I can strum all the strings instead of just only strumming the top string, right? See, instead of only doing that string, now I can do. Which gives it a lot more sound, obviously, because there's more of everything there, right? And I was like, wow, I'm a genius. I figured this out. But I mean, I talked to my brother about it, and I asked him, I was like, do you know what this tuning is? Because he plays guitar, and he messes around with a lot more different tunings than I do, for playing different types of songs. And he didn't know what it was. He looked it up. He actually asked the chat GPT, or whatever it is. I told him what all the chords, all the notes were on the strings, and he asked it to the AI, and it told us that it's a E flat 7 tuning. I believe that's what he said. So everything is open. A bar chord is literally just one bar now. Like there isn't, like a bar chord you usually have, like here. Your bar, boop, boop, boop. But that's not, that's not this. Interesting concept. I thought it was pretty slick, and I'm pretty proud of myself on this one, I guess. Is so good. Being able to hit all of them. That's like one of the key, not the reason it didn't sell me, but it's a very nice little touch. Can almost do all of them in the song, but not quite. So well, I don't know. I guess that's all I really had to say about that. Tuning the guitar to the song. This is my specific example. I'm sure there are plenty of other ways and other songs that you can, figure out and mess around with the tuning and make it easier. They're like less complicated, I should say, to, play in order to get like a more fuller sound, which is what I was going for. I wanted the nice heavy boom, I wanted that. I wanted the fullness, right? But I'm going to cover this song, not this video, but the next one I release should be this. The Gorillaz Feel Good cover. So stay tuned for that. And let me know what you think about this specific, topic that I was strings and tuning and whatnot. Let me know what you think, and remember to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this content, for one thing, if it helped or might help in the future. You never know. Just a thought. It's ideas. I'm not a master at anything, right? So just a guy learning stuff and playing the music the way that I hear it in my head, and making it easier for myself, because I like to make things easy. I don't want to complicate things. I like a challenge, but one thing is to take a challenge and simplify it so that way it's comprehensible and easier. Yeah, you get my idea, I guess. So, yeah, thank you for watching, and until next time, peace.